No additives, no surgeries, no Ozempic, no anything that enhanced you getting started on this journey. It was purely in your mind that you said you were going to do something. And a lot of people, they ask us, like, why are we the Vision Twins? Why do we have this name? Well, it starts off, the first word in our name is vision.
You're now tuning in to Unfiltered.
Sponsorship.
For what, man? So many.
Amino Energy. What's the company name? The company name is On or something like that.
Is it a water company?
No, Amino Energy is the name of the drink, but the company is not Amino Energy. Is they do protein and everything.
I know what you're talking. I know the company. I know the.
It's like
drink.
A logo with like a check mark that goes backwards. Like it's On.
Optimum Nutrition.
That one. Mm-hmm. The fuck's going on, bro?
Send the sponsorship.
Come on now.
Send the money over, man.
Jeez, like. I'll be putting you guys in all the podcasts.
That's what a lot of NBA players, like, they take the water bottle, the branding off of the water bottle just because they're not trying to.
I was going to put a thing that says sponsor here, bro. Just
put some Unfiltered on it.
For real.
Man, we think about how important that stuff is, but when people are watching, that's what catches your attention.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Let's crack into it.
All right, so you're good over there. I'm good over here. You're good on yours, right?
Yep,
because I don't see yours.
I'm looking good.
Right, perfect.
It's recording? We're good?
Yeah, you see record over there. You see the little red of the.
I see the red on top left. Cool. Ready to rock and roll.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, phone on silent. All right, so let's get this thing cracking.
Let's do it. I got a few questions that I'm already thinking about, but if you want to do your introduction or however you want to send it.
We don't really have an intro.
We just start rolling?
All I know is that people are like, wait, didn't I watch this episode? Did you guys forget that they're twins? We can't just do one episode. Come on, man. That's not enough. We got to do two. We got to run this thing back.
Always in your face.
And we did tell you guys in the last episode we're going to give you guys some updates. So we got some updates to share. So
a lot of updates.
And that's the thing. I love how the last time you were here, you said, I'm going to have some updates the next time that we be together.
Yep.
And that's the beautiful part about what we do, guys. It's that accountability is when you say it out loud and you publicly hold yourself accountable, there's no running from it. And the fact that you've stick to your word and actually committed to it and have shown the results that you have something to share now.
Yep.
It's a huge testament to your success and why you are.
No, 100%. So yeah, we're gonna do this episode a little bit different. If anything, you guys would be like, Chris, why are you in the middle, bro? It's like, because I'm in the hot seat.
This is all about him. We can just turn around and start looking straight at you,
I'm
man.
in the hot seat, so I'm sweating. You know why. But no, we wanted to, a lot of you guys have heard all my podcasts. I've always shared some little nitbit about my weight loss journey. And, you guys have been a part of it, if anything, because you guys have seen, literally, you guys like, man, you lost weight, that episode and this episode. And it's just like you're seeing the transformation actually being captured. So, in particular, we're like, you know what, why don't we do an update? And then let's kind of touch about some hot topics that I think a lot of people talk about that they have no idea what they're even talking about. Mm-hmm. And the fact that I'm actually experiencing and in this journey and I can share an honest testimonial to you guys, I would love to do that. If I can help anybody out there, even just one of you guys, that to me is a checkbox, when it comes to me doing my duty, So, and then these guys are here, of course, they're going to help as many people as they can. But so it's not a sales thing, so don't worry. But, I want you guys to kind of get a little behind the scenes of my journey and, how the Vision Twins have helped me and where we're at today.
Yeah.
So
let's crack into it, man, because I wanted to touch on one of the first things that we talked about, which was like the accountability. And you said you were going to do something. You've done it clearly. No additives, no surgeries, no Ozempic, no anything that enhanced you getting started on this journey. It was purely in your mind that you said you were going to do something. And a lot of people, they ask us, like, why are we the Vision Twins? Why do we have this name? Well, it starts off, the first word in our name is vision. Mm-hmm. And it comes down to what you saw when you were that old version of you and who you thought you could be. Most people are very in denial of that being the truth, but either way, it's going to happen, just the time's going to pass by. And so for you, what was your vision back starting, again, like when you were 350 pounds and you saw this next version of yourself clearly, you saw it, you knew you could do it. What was it that made you say that was real? Like, I could actually do that? Because a lot of people are very doubtful of like, oh, I'm meant to be this big, I'm big bone, to have all these different things. What was it for you that mentally you're like, I'm going to do this purely off of me, not anything extra that's going to make that vision come true? What was it about Chris's mindset that said, I think
it's a great question, because what I thought at that time is nowhere what I'm seeing now. Seeing is believing, obviously. You do have to get that mindset into like, all right, I'm gonna set a goal, just like anything in life. So my goal was to lose weight. So I've always been a sports player. I've always done stuff. So like you play sports to win, whether it's a championship, whatever the case may be, you want to win. So anytime I take on a challenge or a competition, I want to win. So this was like this was my personal challenge and competition that I've been fighting for a long time, is like, I want to just like get it done, you know? And, you know, the ones that had known me since high school and stuff like that, I was always the offensive lineman, defensive tackle. So I was always in that big category. I had to be that big person. Like even basketball, I was the center.
Yep.
So it was just like, you know, now basketball centers are tall, lengthy, and they're not Shaquille O'Neal anymore. They're not that size anymore. So during my era, you know, it's like eat. And then obviously after college, the workout stopped. I wasn't playing any professional sports. It was just, you know, rec leagues and stuff like that. And time just caught up. And then being an entrepreneur, you know, you're hustling to the point where you lose track of time. And the next thing you know, you're gaining all this weight that you don't even know. Yeah, you might be making money, but you're kind of killing yourself at the same time. So I said enough is enough. Now, for me to say like, all right, I can't wait to be this 200-pound, 220-pound person, whatever the case may be, and ripped and all that. If you were to tell me to draw myself out and how I would think I would look like, I probably would have drawn somebody else, to be honest. Because I never actually ever seen that person. Even when I was at my best shape, when at that time was when I was in high school. I have photos when I was in high school. You know, I was a little bit ripped. I was a football player. And even
put a picture up of Chris in high school really
and
quick.
I got that picture. We're gonna put it right
what
here.
What that looks like, because I want to see that.
And that's when I consider myself the best shape of my life. Why? Because every day, Monday through Friday, after school I would have football practice. So you had to do weights, you had to do things. But I was just doing it to just, you know, get better at the game. I was never like, I'm losing weight or I want to be ripped. I was just like, of course you want to look good, but I was never doing it for that purpose. So I did what I needed to do to get better at my game. But if I would have maybe actually took all those workouts even 10 times more serious, I probably would have been even more ripped, right?
Could have went to the league.
Could have.
My knee, man.
But yeah, but it's all good. So it's pretty cool now that, like, you know, it's almost like you're going through layers. You know, like onions have layers, trees have layers, everything has layers. I was kind of like finding out new layers of myself, and physically I was seeing, like, I was like, whoa, like, you know, I lost some fat on my face. I'm like, I lost this, I lost that. I literally, like, today I was actually looking at, you know, you guys probably get the little Facebook that says like, hey, flashback Fridays, whatever, on your memories. Yeah. And I'm looking at a picture when I was in college, freshman year, and I considered myself fit at the time. And I looked at my face then, and I look at my face now, and I'm like, I surpassed that person. And I'm just like, this is crazy. Because I thought I wasn't working out like that, but I thought I was in good health, you know, but I really wasn't, you know.
How much did you weigh when you were
I think I was around like 260, 265. And I was like, that's where I was at. So that's why, like, when I reached under that, I was just like, what the hell? So
follow-up question to that, because you said the reason why you were able to peel this onion back and like see more layers of yourself is because you wanted to win.
Yeah.
You were like an athlete growing up, all these different things. Now, a lot of people don't have that, man. A lot of guys are they're stuck in their day-to-day life. They don't ever think about winning or achieving or doing the next thing. It's like,
or that they're past their prime. I think that's a huge one, being past
this is
prime.
where I'm at. This is who I am. Let me kind of stick to that. How did that not catch up to you?
That you just mentioned about past their prime, that surprised the shit out of me, because I'm getting older. I'm not 40 years old yet, but I'm getting close to it, you know, 36 now. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you know, I'm not that 16-year-old kid, you know, that I can just run around, endless energy and all that stuff. And if anything, I feel like I got more energy now than when I was there before. I'm just like, you know, like I play in rec leagues right now, you know, for basketball, stuff like that. And it's funny because I became from coach to an actual player where I'd be fighting with my players. I'm like, don't take me out because you're walking and I'm running.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry. Exactly. So it's just like, I'm sorry that I'm in a better shape than you. I'm gonna go out there and do what I got to do. I might not make the basket, but whatever, bro. You know,
you'll hustle. And that's
I'm gonna hustle.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you the hustle. But yeah. So, you know, and then at the end of the day, I mean, what I became a believer in is the fact that, you know, this is real. This is true. I feel it. This is me every day now. I have this energy. I'm able to actually do things now where I don't have knee pains before. I had a good friend of mine. I actually had him on the podcast, Zane. He's a chiropractor, and he used to do treatments on my knees back in the days because I used to have like a lot of water around here, inflammation. So he used to do these like techniques on it and trying to like get the scar tissue out. And it's because like, you know,
Should I put the sensors on it? Lose weight
bro,
right
it
here.
was it was crazy. So, you know, and those things were just temporary band-aids, right? So like now it's like I don't need any of that stuff, you know, and it's kind of crazy. And you know, I'm just more like in tune and finding out about myself and the body, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, you can do things that I thought I would never be able to do.
Yeah.
So.
And so for me, like me personally, we're both competitive guys, me and Calvin, in similar situation, played football back in high school, wrestling, sports, all, you know, everything. And after we graduated high school, we kind of came into the mindset that, okay, we're not making it to the league. Like we kind of accepted that early. We're like 5'11", 6 foot. We're like, this is not going to be NFL size. There's no point in pursuing this. Probably could have if we put in the work and we had that next level of discipline, but that just wasn't the case. And so for us, we're like, hey, now you're in the real world, like reality, where strangers will see you and they won't see a person who played football or who was athletic. They're going to see who you're coming into the room as, which if you're 350 pounds or even heavier than that, that's what they see. They see a fat person. They see a slob. They see somebody that doesn't take care of themselves. And then they start to question, like, if this person can't take care of themselves, how are they ever going to assist me? And it sounds selfish and fucked up, but like that's the world.
And you made a great point last night on our coaching call where there's this trend now where the top level businessmen are more health conscious, where they're essentially in the best shape of their entire lives. And that's not by surprise.
Yeah.
And me and Angelo, back to the vision, we had that vision of, okay, entrepreneurship, we're not going to school, you know, how are we going to figure this thing out? We noticed that, number one, it's the phrase as old as the Bible, health is wealth.
Yep.
And it's catching up nowadays where you mentioned that trend where the top level businessmen are in the best shape possible. And what it comes down to is having that competitive edge.
Yeah.
And so if you take two businessmen, one's 350 pounds, one's 220 pounds, and actively takes care of himself, which person are you going to go with? Who are you going to trust doing business with? Ultimately, it's going to be that person.
Yeah.
And I think 20, 30 years ago, it wasn't that case.
Yeah,
it was like who had the best service, who had the best product,
Yeah.
you just went to them. Although nowadays, I don't even care who really has the best product or service.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with who I believe can actually trust me, who I can physically see takes care of themselves.
And I believe, like, you know, I'm a believer when it comes to like energy. You know, it doesn't matter what you believe in, but like your perception and like you are your portfolio pretty much. You're a walking portfolio of who you are. So no matter what business you're in, you know, in my case, you know, I have a couple different businesses. When I'm talking to clients, you know, I've heard, you know, behind in the scenes, they'll be like, yeah, man, you know, you mean Big Chris or the big guy, you know, and then I'm just like, they don't even know me, you know, and that's very disrespectful, you know, and it's hurtful too, but at the same time, they ain't lying. You know, I've had family relatives that like when my wife introduced me to her family for the first time, they were like, yeah, you know, I think he's a good guy, he has a career, but like, you know, you got to think about, you know, how long he can live for and shit like that.
And that's crazy.
And
We talk to people every day, man, where they're talking about they're 36 years old and they're talking about, I only have a few years left.
Yeah.
And that's like the craziest thing to hear is like somebody who's actively taking care of themselves, to hear somebody in their mid-30s, super young, to say, I only have a few years left. And then they have kids and they have responsibilities. I'm like, man, how did you even get to this point? I mean, thankfully you're here, but I mean, if you continue down this cycle right now, what's life going to look like in 6 months?
100%. I mean, I follow a lot. There's a lot of like influencers. It's funny. I saw a video yesterday. Gary Vee. He's not he's an entrepreneur and all that. And the reason why I'm mentioning him because he said it hit me straight because he said a lot of these 36-year. I'm 36. A lot of these 36-year-old CEOs think they're old. These guys are fucking babies. Like they have so much more life to live in. and it's funny because it's true because I understand how people can feel like I've been doing my business for a long time. So I feel like I've been doing it. I got the experience, but it's true. Like I have colleagues that are 60s and 65s and they're like, Chris, you have no idea. You have a whole lifestyle in front of you that you don't even know things are going to change in 10 years. And so it's kind of, that's the same thing when it comes to life in general. And, you know, the reason why they feel like that is because they see the decline and they feel like they're at rock bottom and they're like, there's no way out, you know, and that's how I felt. Now, I felt like I was doing a good job of, what would you like to say, camouflaging or like living in a mirage. Like I knew I was overweight, but I never like said like, I didn't let it bring me down.
You never let it stop you from doing the things that you wanted to.
Correct.
So that's where most guys
I'm confident.
mess it up at.
I'm confident already.
I just signed up a client. His name's Mario. and he was talking about, I have no problem taking off my shirt at the pool,
Yeah.
you know, and that's the problem, is that they're so okay with mediocrity that before you know it, it's gonna hit him dead center in the face. And he's, I think, 44, and he ended up joining because I had to get on his ass. I'm like, he was like, you put me on the back burners. I'm like, I'm not putting you on. If you want a coach that's not going to put you on the back burners, everybody else in your life puts you on the back burners. If you want to join this program, it comes down to you're going to have coaches who don't put you on the back burners. And to this day, he's thanking me every single time we meet, because he's like, thank you for pushing me across the line. I really needed that. You
know where you're going to meet, where they're going to really realize, and that's where I started realizing too, is like, if it's not your doctor, when they tell you like, yo, you got high cholesterol, you got this, you got diabetes, whatever the case, or when you're like, you almost have like a mini heart attack. Like I've had moments where like I'm picking up the Costco groceries, taking it inside, not now, but before, and I'm like, whoa. And I'm just like, that was scary. And I'm telling my wife, like, should I be concerned? Like, I feel like, nah, let's tell the doctor or whatever. Shit like that is because I'm fucking like, the fact that I can't even drag 10 bags across 100 yards, it's crazy. Like, you know, and that's like everyday life kind of thing, right? So it's either like, I just like, whatever, I just go with it and just like, it is what it is, or I do something about it, right? So that they're gonna have a moment. They're gonna realize, you know.
Or you hit the wall, and it can either be your doctor, and you know how we treat all of our clients and how we've treated you since day one is we're that last line of defense. Like, we're not going to let you fall back into those old patterns that were killing you. Going to the garage. Imagine if you had passed out in front of your wife and daughter, hit your head, and that's it. Just taking groceries to the trunk.
Most guys, and the thing is too, I remember like feeling like this as well, as you almost get accustomed to that type of lifestyle. You just think like that's life, right? Everybody has this problem when they're carrying the groceries.
And it feels like everybody has that problem when you're that weight. You're like, oh, everybody struggles.
Everybody has these health conditions, right? But then you think about it, it's like, no, you're living a life that you've created, and it might seem normal to you, but go on an airplane seat and see what a normal seat is. Go to
read the nutrition label.
See what a normal amount of eating is. And you're like, people don't really eat like that. But if you think about it, that is what's supposed to be the standard. And so we start to deviate from that standard and think this is normal. And that's where a lot of people are stuck, because they think, hey, everybody in my family's big, I got to be big too. Everybody struggles with this, I got to struggle too. But you really don't have to.
So one thing about that is, and I mentioned like in my stories and stuff like that, and a lot of people mention it. Like we always say you versus you. And I want to define like what that means to me, because some people, I feel like they get it twisted. Look, we're all in America. We're surrounded by a lot of bullshit foods, and they do a damn good job of marketing it in front of our face. So no matter what, we're all in the same bubble. We can't escape it. We're going to see the ads. We're going to see the restaurants when we drive and all that stuff. So that's one hurdle. Then some people, like myself, I'm Spanish. I'm born in a traditional family where we fry everything. It's just how it is. We're in Colombia, you fry everything, it tastes good, but it's not healthy, right? So I had no choice but to live that life until I was able to make my own decisions. And then on top of that, like, you know, we all have stress from work and all that stuff. So there's certain things that like, you're like, okay, all this stuff is against me and all that. But then when it's you versus you, you got to kind of put all that stuff aside and be like, those things are not in my bubble. It's just you and you.
Yep.
And now what do I really need to feed myself? What do I really need to focus on? And so on and so forth. You got to, I call that all noise. You have to, including family, you have to move that thing aside. Because I always hear it on the call sometimes when you members, and they're like, oh man, you know, it's just very hard because this and that. And, you know, and I'm just like,
I get home from work and then I have to start playing with the kids. It's like, you have to put those things off to the side. I experience that every day. You're a dad, so you know.
And that's another thing too. There's gonna be sacrifice. Like I'm be honest, you know, I gotta give thanks to my wife. I mean, I did not do this without her. There's just no damn way. I mean, and right now, even till this day, right now she's pregnant with our son. You know, and it's like there's days that like I'm like, hey, can I go to the gym? And I know she needs my help, you know, and then I make sure like before I leave, like, hey, do you really need me? I won't go or whatever. It's like, no, go. But then after, please do this and that. I'm like, all right, cool. But she could have been like, nah, I need you here for this or whatever. So, you know, that support system, that you got to kind of surround yourself around that support system.
And even that's the problem in relationships, is that most guys don't even ask, hey, can I, not even can I put myself first, but it's like, do you need my help with this? Because we want to be servants, right? Like we're people, we want to, you know, help the people that we love, our family, your wife, your kid. We want to help. Like, we're not bad people. Although most guys don't even ask, hey, babe, like, I'm going to go spend this
Yeah.
time. Do you need me right now? They don't even ask that question.
Yeah.
They just assume
Yeah.
that they have to be helping the kids. They have to do all this. When really, I've learned it being around other parents is like, there are things that other people can teach your parents or teach your kids that you can't.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing as a parent. You have to be able to drop that ego and say, you know what, I can't teach my kid, you know, they're going to learn more ABCs at school. You know, they're going to learn how to play football from a football coach, and like being able to drop that ego, like, okay, they can coach that stuff. Let me focus on building me.
No, 100%. I mean, that sacrifice is hard. I mean, I'm be honest. Like, I had to flip my schedule when I first started before the program, and now it's day and fucking night. And if you would have told me that my schedule would have been like this, I would have said, hell to the fuck no. There's no way. I can't do it.
I'm not going to let this get in the way of that.
There's no way. I'm talking about, like, there's no way I was going to wake up early to go to the gym. I would never wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym or do a workout. Now I look forward to it. So I make sure I sleep early the day before, so I'm not waking up like I'm feeling like I went to the club and I'm drunk, you know, that feeling that, you know, that groggy feeling, we hate that feeling. So, but then on top of that, I make sure like the time in the day, like my daughter, she started daycare. So now I have to take her in the morning and pick her up. So all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I can't work out in the morning because unless the gym's not even open when I have to, I'm like, I have like a half an hour. That's not enough. So I'm like, all right, I got to work out at night and I got to make sure I work out when she goes to sleep. So I got to change things. And even during that time, I used to play Call of Duty with my buddies all the time, like at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, so 3 in the morning, every Monday to Friday. We used to just play. I was like my out. You know what my out is now? Is the gym. That's what my out is.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally where I go there. I tune in, I put my music, and I zone the hell out.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with having like those outs.
No, there
I guess
isn't.
You could
There
say,
isn't.
Like, having
Yeah.
something
Because
that
you gotta have balance.
If we didn't have
You need
outs,
to,
man,
yeah.
As a business owner, you blow your brains out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
there's
No, you
too
gotta
much
have
shit.
balance. But what I'm trying to express is that I had to sacrifice, and I had to do things that I because even I was like, yo, man, like it got to the point where I even told my boys, I sent them a message like, hey, you guys are probably gonna like not like this, but I can't play Call of Duty with you guys no more. If you ever tempt me to play, please don't let me. And that's it. And then there was times where I'm like, hey, y'all on right now? Like, nah, Chris, you can't play. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, all right, let me go to sleep or let me do this. You know, because you gotta, if you're serious about something, then do it. Just like how when you go to school, if you're gonna be a doctor, you're serious, you're gonna learn the books and all that stuff, you're gonna absorb all that knowledge because then you're gonna use it later. Cool. Well, you're gonna do your best job. Same thing with the weight loss journey. You got to absorb the knowledge and then really transform your ways, your schedule, your mindset to get to where you want to be.
Yeah. Well, Chris, with that, man, I want to play a game with you here.
Yeah.
Imagine what your life would have looked like.
Thought we were gonna play Call of Duty.
He's like, oh man,
It's like, we back, baby. Where's my remote?
Well, and that's the thing is that there is time for it. But when you mentioned how a year ago before starting, and now your schedule is completely different. But imagine if you had, I want to seriously ask you this, like if you had lost, if you were just from 265 and you didn't gain all the weight and you lost that 60 pounds or whatever when you were 19 years old, what would your life look like today?
Oh, if I was 19 and I let's say I got
you just went hard then.
And if
if
I did the
got it out of
mentality
it.
now, but then, I mean, it's kind of scary to think what would happen because it's almost like, you know, seeing what's happening now in less than a year, and sometimes I have to like slap myself mentally, like this only happened in less than a year. Like, holy fuck. Like, I honestly, 6 months, I was able to flip my life. So I was just like, you know, now I'm doing things that I thought would take years to do in months. And I'm not just talking about losing weight. I'm talking about everything surrounding me. Like, it's almost like anything I touch or I'm in, and then it's just kind of like is getting that good energy, that good vibes. And even clients are seeing it and stuff like that, and friends and family. So it elevated me. So for me to have that at 19, I mean, who would know? I mean, at that time, I was focused on school 100%, you know, going to college and things like that. I probably would have been doing something else, like, you know, be the best in my class or, you know, get to the point where it's like, all right, how can I start the business now instead of winning later? So the thing is that you get this energy where you're just like, what do I got to do? And then you got to focus in on something. So whether you play sports or you release that energy somehow, and hopefully it's in a good way that is going to help you. And that's that test and trial period. Even if you're a business owner, like I have to test things out, and sometimes they're not going to work. But guess what? You're ready to go. You're ready to
the
fight
learning
that fight.
process is so much faster.
Correct. I mean, that honestly would be a little scary if that was to happen at that time. I mean, my life would be completely different for sure. I wouldn't probably even be here. I don't know. I'll probably be in Europe or something. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's just.
So the crazy thing is for us, it's like we're in that story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're in that story.
It's a
Like
scary
we figured
question
it out.
Yeah.
because
We figured it out early, right? And as you still go through like life, right? You still have struggles, you still have things that come up, challenges and everything. But I think now we've gone through so much life. Like I'm trying to think 10 years from now of like just thinking about 10 years ago when I first started, I'm probably going to be in another season of life, like a completely different life from where I was before. Because me from, 16 to 26, it's like, I can't even, not even close. I'm in a different state. I'm with different people. I have different mindset. I have everything about my life is different. So then now I'm thinking another 10 years from now, sheesh, you're like, it's kind of crazy. I can't even think about it, but I know that it's going to be way different than now. And most people never think that far. Nobody ever thinks about like what their life's going to look like in 5 to 10 years. And I'm not a big fan of like the big long-term goals because you handle what's in front of you today. But yeah, it's a wild thing to think about.
On that point, I'm a very visual person, but because, I do architecture and stuff like that, you can paint me a picture verbally and I will follow. I would know. Not everybody's like that.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to see that it's like, sometimes I feel, no disrespect to
Say
others.
they're stupid.
Yes. I feel like I'm the genius in the room. I'm just like, you don't understand what I'm saying? Like, but whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that it's funny because that's your name, the vision, right? You guys do a really good job of giving so many, you guys have, if anything, too much information sometimes where, and in a good way, where it's like from testimonials, from before and afters, from workout plans to, tailor to the person's needs and stuff like that. And if they don't get it at that point, it's just like, are you blind?
They don't
like,
want to get it.
Exactly. It's just like, I don't understand. So, and everybody has different goals that they want to, everybody always wants to do. Like, I want to be rich. You want to be rich? But does that mean that you're going to buy a jet? Because I might not buy a jet. I might buy a private yacht. So that's the thing. We share the same common goal, like be rich, but then we're going to use it for different things. So this person might want to lose weight because he wants to get that girl, or he wants to lose weight because he wants to do competition or whatever. So we want to lose weight, but we got different roads.
To tie that back to weight loss, man.
Well, I mean, if
I was just talking, hold on, let me say this, because I was talking to Kalvin about this literally yesterday. I'll be honest, man. My goal to lose weight was very selfish, and as much as people say I want to do it for my kid, I'm like, that's good. Like I like that. I think that is a goal, but like I'm like, bro, like when you grow up the fat kid or the fat guy your whole entire life, I want to look good, man. Like I don't. It sounds crazy. It sounds selfish, but I've only been able to be motivated when I get that. Man, do this for you. Like do this for 100% me. Look good, feel good. Everything else in life gets taken care of. I don't have to do it for my girlfriend or my family or anything. Like, dude, for me. And that's what motivates me. And it sounds selfish, but I think every guy deep down does have that goal. Like, I just want to feel confident. I want to feel good about myself. I want to look good, and everything else will take care of itself.
And back to the money side of things, if I were to give you $10 million, would you take it?
If you would give me $10 million?
If I just give you $10 million?
Of course.
But
in what?
Contingent on you had to end your life today.
Oh, hell no.
Exactly.
Hell no.
In terms of putting it back into the weight loss journey, guys, you can make all this. I can give $10 million to every single person, but the thing is, if they had to be at that weight for the rest of their life, would they take it?
And just to touch upon that, we say, you guys say it all the time, everybody says that health is wealth. The quicker you realize that, you're going to see money like this, and then you're going to understand money is this small. Like, money comes and goes. Yes, we all need it. We all want it. We all wanted more. But honestly, like, if you haven't been outside of the United States into like another third world country, stuff like that, like when I go to Colombia and I go back home, stuff like that, I see homeless people happy as hell. And yes, they might not have a home and all that, but they chilling because they have the good energy going on and stuff like that. And yeah, their life is not where they want to be, but they're not worried about the stress of like, oh man, I got this bills and all this shit, So what I'm saying is that don't be homeless, stuff like that. But when you figure out that your health is really what's going to buy you as much time in this world that we have, that's priceless. And realistically, like, think about what I just said. Like, you want to buy time, let's say you can somehow figure out that you can buy 50 years, 60 years. You buy that, right?
How would you do it?
We know that those last couple years might not be your best because you're going to have health problems, right? We can't live forever. So maybe your knees hurt because of old age, whatever. So realistically, you want to buy as much prime time as possible so that you can travel, go out, go to Disney, You don't want to be one of those people. I was just at Disney and I have the meta glasses and I'm over here. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm sorry, but I was just like,
You gotta post that.
Roasting.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Eating a turkey leg. I was like, this is crazy. And what's crazy, it was less fit people than it was the other way around. I was like, this is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's America. That's America. I mean, so you have to realize that like you don't got to be another number to add to that big ass pool that we have of obesity.
Mm-hmm.
Get the fuck out of that pool and go to the new pool that's being, and right now
everybody has their shirts off.
Correct.
Dude,
right now, I mean, with social media and stuff like that, there's so much information that just gets filled, quickly. Like
this shit will fucking this thing, man. Like it's brainwashed you into not doing anything.
Yeah.
So
talk about taking the easy way out though, back into buying time.
Mm-hmm.
That, like you said, the last couple of years, if you weren't healthy for the majority of your life, you're gonna be struggling, knee problems. Why not make that the easiest that it can be?
Correct.
Just going out healthy, just going out.
There have been times
stroking,
there have been times, man, where like we made good money in a day, and I'm just like, if I didn't work out that day, I still don't feel. I might feel good because like, okay, cool, a big check just came in, but like, if I didn't work out, I'm like, this still doesn't make me feel good.
Anything.
This doesn't. I still don't like. I'm still going to bed like thinking the same thing as yesterday, even though today was financially a great day, and it's like, man. But the times that I felt the best is when I took care of my health that day, number one, and then I made some money. Oh, then I had a really fucking good day.
Yeah.
But even then, like, I can genuinely feel good about myself for that day just because I did something for me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. No, 100%.
So what's the next goal, man? Talk to me about this. We talked about the last year, right? Now,
one thing we need to talk about is the time frame. Obviously we can't go back and be like, this was the time everything aligned, the stars aligned, and you joined, in November. But that's really what it is. You joined around a time where most people gain all of their weight.
Okay, I like this.
The most amount of weight.
I think I took the hardest route. Me seeing it from the outside, I think the hardest route is always going to be whenever the hell you start. But the thing is, I took it hardest route because holidays just like stacked up on each. So I'm just like, not only am I not saying no to the fast food and all that stuff, I got to say no to the one time of the year that I see family relatives that I don't see every year. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh my God. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't eat stuff. It's just that you got to, you gotta keep in mind like what you're doing. And at the same time, I think the beginning part is you're setting the foundation. And I think the beginning part, everybody starts different. And that's another thing too, just to keep it like 100%. A lot of people, because they see the end results, they see the before and after, they see the posts, they see the stuff. They're like, oh man, yeah. But Chris has always had a good mindset, all that stuff.
I was worried about you.
I'm like, what the fuck,
Chris? I was
I
was genuinely worried about Chris the first month because he got started 2 weeks in. People get there happy, 5-10 pounds, and then he talks about he's getting this eye surgery. So he gets this eye surgery. I'm like, oh. Bye, Chris. Like he's out of here. Like this, I've seen this thousands of times. This guy's gonna come in. He's gonna get hot. He's gonna lose his free 5-10 pounds, and then you never see him again. But he got his eye surgery, got LASIK, and then a few weeks later, the new year starts, and before you know it, he's down 20 pounds in a month. His birthday's in February. He goes crazy, loses a lot more weight in February, and then the snowball effect just started. And I'm like, okay, so Chris, and one thing why you mentioned like people see Chris and like, oh, he's got this laser vision. Well, it really goes back to everything we just talked about, right? Your background, football, career, competition. So we've that laid the foundation for who you are. But most people don't understand like, oh, Chris just has it. I'm not him. I can't be like Chris. He's crazy. These guys are in cahoots. Something's going on. Well, no, I was worried about Chris just like any of my other clients. I would have been like, damn, okay, this guy's out. But something sparked in Chris where he's the type of person where he doesn't, you don't have to tell him to show up to a call. You don't have to tell him to do the right thing. And I think that's the thing most people struggle with is like being told to do the right thing. Your ticket into our program is you giving that permission to yourself to do the right thing. And I think if you just did the right thing in life, you're going to have a great life. You're going to lose the weight. You're going to get in great shape. Your family's going to be on fire. Your relationship, you'll be having sex every single night with your wife. Like things will be great for you. But that's contingent upon you doing the right thing. Most people just don't do the right thing, and they think they are because financially everything looks good, but on the inside they're not doing the right thing.
No,
if you can do the right thing all around, treat people good, be honest, tell the truth, you're gonna have a great life.
No, it was the first 2 months. It was not easy. It was I had to lay a foundation. And, from my architecture background, a building has to have a foundation, then you stack everything on there. It's just like playing Jenga. If your foundation is not good, everything's gonna fall. So I already knew, I was like, all right, I got to start laying a good foundation. So what can I start doing, like, eating wise? And I did not stop. I didn't start, we all have that first day. I remember I was on the app and I'm like, went to Publix and I started buying all the foods. And I got home and I'm like, I don't know how to fucking cook. I was like, I don't know how much salt and pepper to this
I think
shit.
we still have to work with Chris.
And I'm just
All the
like,
cooking side of things, man.
So I had to figure it out. So
that's the thing. You can give somebody can go to ChatGPT, get all the right information, and then they take it home and they're like, okay, what do I do now?
Not only that, but then learning, like I had to learn a lot of stuff. Like I was a novice when it came to like a lot of these terms and all that. Like, I didn't know what macros were and all this stuff. So I had to like understand, like, and you guys were saying protein. And then you also have to understand that there's also good protein and bad protein. I'm just like, I thought protein was like steak. I can eat a fat steak all day and I'm good. And then it's like, yeah, but you're eating all this fat too. So you got to be careful. So like you have to, and again, that's where you have to like, just like you go to school, you got to learn. You got to learn too. So, I mean, I think the thing that kept me driving, and I'm going to be very honest, and if some people might not like it or whatever, but when I signed up with you guys, I said to myself, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I'm literally going to put my faith in your guys' hands. So, because I didn't know you guys other than social media.
Yeah.
I can be getting scammed.
We could have been scammers on the internet. We could have been anything.
So I don't know you guys. So I'm like, you know what? And then on top of that, I was like, you know what? If we're going to do it, let's be realistic about it. Let's do the whole year. And I just signed on for the entire year and I said, here you fucking go. So guess what? If the person, it's either if they do right by me, but I'm not putting my work, that's on my ass. Because I got to put my mouth where my money's at. I pretty much said I'm going to do it. Now, and I'm a money driven person. So I'm just like, I don't want to fucking lose $1. I don't want to be like, I just paid all this shit. It's like paying a car payment and you not driving the car. And so I was like, hell no, I'm gonna drive that car down to the ground, you know? So that's why I was like, I'm not gonna quit, no matter what. I have to do whatever I gotta do and take it from there. So some people, they feel like they gotta sign on for a month, 2 months. I feel like that's bullshit. I mean, everybody got different goals. I feel
because they're already looking for the out. Man.
Correct.
They're already looking for the
guy
way
I
out.
talked to, man. He didn't end up signing up. He's like, I'm gonna do a 3. I was just looking for something for 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're at 315 pounds. 3 months isn't going to do anything for you. So me genuinely being honest and realistic with you, like I'm going to show up and that's where we come down to, like you're putting the faith into our hands. I care. Like me and Angelo, like we fought about shit so many times, man, like physically got into it because of our clients. Like we genuinely.
So let me touch upon that. So because I'm going to lay the roadmap. I'm going to visually, if you follow this shit, you can understand. Okay. Because you guys promoted too, and it comes to like, hey, you can lose X amount of weight in X amount of months, right? That happened to me. Now, did it happen from month 1 to month 2? Hell no. Month 1 and month 2, life happened. I literally had to have LASIK. I had a schedule. I couldn't work out for 2 weeks because I couldn't get sweat in my eyes. On top of that, it's holidays and stuff like that, so you tend to travel more with the family. Life happens. Then January comes, new year, new me, right? Then you want to start getting fit. Cool, you get things going, but I was still eating like shit. So I'm over here like, and I got a business, so I got clients blowing me up. They want to do this, they want to cancel, they want to do that. So life happens. Life does not fucking stop. So everybody's waiting for this perfect time, when the earth's lined up with the stars, and it's like, now's the time to go to, just like Disney World. Now, no, you gotta fucking force it, and you gotta make it a part of your schedule. People are finding that they're like, yeah, I think I have 30 minutes a day to work out. I'm like, I'll be fucking honest. There's times where like I work out in the morning, and I literally forgot that I worked out that day because I'm at the end. I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm like. And I got energy, and I'm just like, damn, I gotta go to the gym. I'm like, no, I already did. I look at my watch, and I'm like, damn, I'm already at 5 miles per day. I already hit my 10,000, 12,000 steps. I'm like, I checked the boxes off. Now I can enjoy the day. Now I'm like, holy shit. And then I can do it again tomorrow. It's just like, it's crazy. So a lot of these distractions that we have, people feel like they cannot, they're like permanent. No, they're not. They're not fucking permanent, including your job. Because a lot of people. Now let's talk to the other. Because I'm a CEO. I have my own company.
Right, we've been talking a lot of entrepreneurship.
There's a lot of people that have 9 to 5 jobs. I was you too. I used to work a 9 to 5 job, and I used to go to the gym every so often. You know what the fuck I did? I went to play basketball. in the gym, because that's why I literally signed on to go play basketball, pick up ball, and then my boy's like, hey, let's do weights, and I'm like, I'm good.
I'm head out.
And it was like, it wasn't enough, but I was still eating like shit. I used to work until like 11, so I would eat at like 1 a.m, bro, and it was crazy, and then play video games and do it again, and then I was stacking bad days. So why can't I do it the other way? Stack good days.
Mm-hmm.
People feel like it's impossible because they do feel some soreness. They feel like they got to work out. Not everybody's meant to be working out. Not everybody is like, well, I'm not an athlete. That's fine. But your body's meant to be freaking in motion. You got to move.
Yeah, and just like life, you got to be athletic for it. And that's the thing. It's like, oh, I'm not an athlete. Well, when you were born, you're in competition. It doesn't matter. Like as soon as you're born, there's a physical competition. There's a mental edge. There's a mental competition that's happening. You don't get to choose whether you're an athlete or not. You have to, because there are going to be other people who are going to take the food off of your plate if you don't pick your shit up and get right.
I got a question for you guys, because I mentioned a second ago, so I kind of want to not forget. We're around that time where New Year, New You. It's always January 1st. That's probably when the freaking gyms make the most money, because they promote New Year, New You.
Good stock if you want to get into is Planet Fitness. If you got into it in July, it's going to start going up.
So how do you guys deal with because I feel like you're probably gonna get an influx of new clients, right? But in reality, that some of them are not even ready for this challenge. They're just kind of doing it because they're like, yeah, this year I want to do better.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, how do you guys take that? Because it's good motivation. The spark is on. It's not all the way lit, but how do you guys help light that spark so you can continue pushing them into that next level? Like, how do you guys go through that?
The biggest thing is, so if you're asking like, how do I get somebody who's coming in hot and like actually see results, basically. You have to give them a quick win, man. Like, you have to make sure they see 5 to 10 pounds so they know it's real. So they know that they can do this. They just have to do it all over.
But that's the thing. Look, man, it comes down to, it doesn't matter what time of the year there is. That's how we operate. It's like, they have to believe it's real first. They have to experience it. 5, 10 pounds, cool. Okay, you're on the right track. That happens for everybody. That happens for you. Happens for any single client that we bring on. Now, even though you get that 5 to 10 pounds, there's still going to be more work that you have to do. You've seen it. We see it before. People lose that 5, 10 pounds and then they get thrown off track. So it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. The same, we go into every day like day one. We treat every single day like day one. And we think back to when we first started, that is the
I
day
just
one.
believe, man.
The thing is, even in business, if you're not treating every single day like day one, you will get eaten up by somebody else.
I just believe, man, that overweight guys in general, I don't want to say women because I'm not going to speak to them. I'm just saying about overweight men in general. We have such an edge that most people, like, if you're in it, you don't see your edge, but once you're out of it, you see like, damn, like I actually had to fight and grind and tooth and nail everything to get to where I'm at today. And if you can carry that mindset to once you are achieved your goal into every other area, you're unstoppable, bro. Because most people don't have that hardship of waking up every day in pain. Most people don't have that hardship of, getting tired by 12 o'clock in the afternoon. But once we're like, oh, I'm not tired at 12, what's fucking next? My day just started. This next thing just started. And to answer your question, it has to be a challenge. You have to go through that first challenge and win to get that level of confidence. That's why I'm running this 10K with a weighted vest. Not because I fucking can't run. I could run a 10K, no training, and just go do it. But I'm like, I need something harder. I literally have to make it harder for myself because I know that there's another level past this. Does that make sense?
It's funny. That's the reason why I took on that challenge of 10K, because I felt like I got a little comfortable. So I'm like, all right, I hit the 100-pound mark. Now I know I got more to go, but I'm like, I need a fucking challenge. I need something to wake me the fuck up. And it's not that I was like not working out. I was doing what I need to do, but I was like, I need something to look forward to. And that's essentially why I'm here running that.
I live life like on Call of Duty. What's a Hall of Fame mode or whatever? The highest level. I want life to be on that level.
Hey, not to flex, but you guys are.
There you go.
You guys are kind of behind.
A couple up there
Mr.
too.
Marathon over here. That's crazy, bro.
If you start living life on like Hall of Fame mode, everybody else you realize is playing on novice. They got all the fucking easy, quick scope, whatever. Like, bro, no, I want my shit difficult. Just because if I get good at that, everything else is like.
And one thing that just real quick, the best day to damn start, like what's the saying? Because you guys say it all the time. Like the best.
If you wanted to plant a tree, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now.
Yes, because I don't know about, I have like an urge, man. Like I was just recently with some buddies of mine in Colombia, and I'm like, hey, let's go for a walk. And yeah, no, when I get back, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, what's your
Why not
excuse of
now?
not doing it right now?
Yeah.
You're literally on vacation. Why can't we go for a walk? Are you hurt? Do you need a wheelchair? Are you? What's going? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to break them. I'm trying to break them in a way where I was like, and to prove them, like, you can do this shit, bro. Like, you don't have to not do it. And everybody has that excuse. They automatically put that excuse. Nah, I'm gonna do it. And then what I love, man, I don't love it. That's why I say I love with that path. The ones that tell me like, yeah, no, I got you, bro. Next week I'm going to the gym. I'm eating right. I'm doing. They tell me their whole plan, which sounds amazing.
Like they already wrote it. You're like, that would sound good.
Sounds amazing. I'm over here like,
that kind of sounds good. Let me.
I'm like, but when the fuck are you gonna do it? And then
sounds
what
like you know a lot.
Correct.
You have all the information.
And then all of a sudden, like a couple weeks go by, and then I'll hit him up like, yo, so how's it going, man? You know, everything good?
You message them on purpose because you know.
Oh, I do that on purpose.
Yeah, you know
I'm gonna call you out, and then they go like, nah, man, you know, stuff going on with life, you know, and I'm just like, again, life happens. I'm like, me too. I got shit that going on, but I got my workout yesterday, today, the next. What the fuck, like, come on, did you eat right? Nah, I'm eating Wendy's right now. I'm like, bro, like,
well,
so
we will not. That's why our circle's so small. Like when everybody asks me like, who are your friends? Even for my wedding, my Jess is like, who are you gonna invite? Who's gonna be a bridalist? I'm like, I got me and Angelo, and then I might be the only one up there, man. Like I don't know, like
a small wedding.
It's gonna be a small wedding. Like on my side, like normally the guy's side is always smaller than the woman's, but like when you talk about a bunch of friends, like man, no, when you like you said, like guys eating Wendy's, and then to get people together like that, it's like. No, it's good, man. I got my clients. I got Angelo. Like I got a brother, and most people aren't blessed enough to have a brother of that straight up accountability to hold that mirror in front of you, and that's why they struggle. And I think that's there's a book over there that says Purple Cow. That's one of our purple cows.
Yeah.
You know how does your cow stand out in all of this information, right?
Yeah.
I have the accountability, and you asked us before what makes you guys different. Point me out the Vision Twins. Anywhere else on social media, you won't find it. And why? Because this is
just like how you guys are sitting here visually. You guys, for me and for others in our program too, you guys have literally been the bumper rails. And the bowling alley, you know those bumper rails that the ball can't go out, so that way you can keep you on track to go straight. That's literally what you guys have done for me, because there's been times where like I think it happened one time. I had to go. I was out of the country, something like this, so I missed a week of calls. I felt naked that week. Like I felt like it was a month. When I jumped on the call the week after, I was just like, whoa. I was like, it's like I missed this. And I was like, I can see how easy it is to derail. So fucking easy.
The thing is, you have to, bro, like the people that win have their heart into what they do. I think that's the ultimate determining factor. Most people are like, I'm going to be intellectually involved, but not put my heart and soul into it. And the people that get the furthest, they have like visceral reactions. So you feel it. You know, they're
like you said, you felt naked. You know, there are clients who we have, it's like, you know, they lose their 30 pounds and then they're like, you know, I don't really have the motivation to keep going. You know, there's something that's going on. Life happened, right? Like you said, that's an excuse, but I don't have that motivation. And so having somebody like you who's, you know, is living an example of what this program can do, it's like if you struggle with motivation on this, I mean, yeah, you may not have kids, but like, man, I was doing this before I had kids. Yeah. So it doesn't, that's out of the way. That's not an excuse. So it's like,
you got to make it a priority.
There's something that, like a deep pain or something that you're trying to fulfill by doing,
bro.
Yeah. It's usually a pain.
Yeah.
Going back to something like my motivation to lose weight when I was like 50, growing up, literally my whole life, it was to lose weight before my grandma died. It always goes back to my grandma for some reason, but was to lose the weight before my grandma died, and then to learn how to speak Spanish. And those are my two things. And before she died, and it happened. And
so I'll share mine. Nobody knows this stuff, so you guys don't even know this. So there's a couple, and they all didn't happen at the same time. But like I do a really good job of like remembering things and use it as motivation, and then it kind of like unlocks later. So my brother passed away, and I mean shit, it was 2014. So however many years now. But he passed away due to lung cancer. He was a smoker and all that stuff. So that was a hardship that like, you know, he was only, I believe, 33 years old. So like to me, when I was getting close to 33, I was kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of scared shitless that year. I was just like, can I make it, you know, to where he's at. I never smoked. I don't smoke cigarettes, stuff like that. I wasn't a drinker like that. So that was always something that kind of was like, can I pass that, right? Then the other thing, I have a good friend of mine that actually she was on the podcast, Karen. She's struggling with stage 4 colon cancer, and she's my age. And this girl, man, like, wow, like she took something that people see as such a negative. Like pretty much some people would just pack their bags and be like, hey, just go ahead and bury me.
Yeah.
And this girl just fought. She was given like literally like a couple months to live.
Wow.
It's been years now.
That's crazy.
And even now till this day, like she posts, she has a separate page, like whoever wants to follow her on, she'll share more personal stuff on there. She'll show the struggles and stuff like that. Actually, just right now, like she had to check herself into the hospital because she wasn't feeling right. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. Before I go to the hospital, I hate hospital food. I'm gonna go to Whole Foods, buy my healthy foods, and then she literally dresses up for it. Like she turns this whole thing, man. And like to me, like it just kind of like shows like if she can fucking do this shit, nobody has a fucking excuse for anything. Yeah. So like it just kind of drives me, right? And I tell her all the time too, like keep doing what you're doing. She's got a family too. So like think those little things, they just kind of pile up. Like I just want to make sure. And then the last thing was, having that realization. I think it was right before I signed up with you guys. I think it was what is it, before November, September? No, October. I had my checkup with the doctor, and the doctor's like, all right, let's go through your blood test results. He's like, the last time you were here, I told you, you gotta lose weight, general doctor bullshit that they tell you, like, you gotta lose weight, you'll be healthy or whatever. I can give you a nutritionist, whatever. He's like, your cholesterol, he's like, you've been taking your pills. And that's the thing. I've never been on pills ever. Man. Yeah, and that year, 24, I got put on pills for cholesterol, put on pills for vitamin D, put on pills for like, I ain't gonna lie, my wife's a pharmacist, so I don't want to jack up the names, but there's a bunch of shit.
And the fucked up thing is like most guys will just take them and be like, all right, I'll take them.
I was
like,
taking
these, not change anything.
I was taking these pills that I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, I never, because I see friends and also that they take pills and all, and I get some people have to take certain pills for certain things, but I was just like, this is my doing. I did this shit. Like, I shouldn't be fucking having to take these fucking pills. So, and then diabetes, like he literally was like, he's like, you're not a diabetic, but you crossed that line, bro. Like you are already pre-diabetic. Your ass is like pretty much keep doing what you're doing. Another 6 months, I'm gonna have to give you insulin. Like that's how it was. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So, and that's when you guys came along. Literally like the month after, you guys hit me up, and it was just right timing per se. But I was already like, something's got to give, like, because it's either my body's gonna shut the fuck down, or like I used to have pain sometimes. I would have pains, and my family has a history of colon cancer. Wow. Believe it or not, that's why that's very sentimental to me with my friend. Same thing, heart diseases, obesity, not per se, not too much. I was always that guy. I was always the big guy, Big Chris and all that stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, that shit fucking, fuck you. Like, don't fucking call me Big Chris. Don't call me this and all that stuff. I've had clients who be like, yeah, los gorditos, right? I'm like, damn, bro, I'm known as the fat guy, bro. Like, but at the same time, they're speaking truth. And I'm just like, what am I gonna do to change it? So I was always really damn good at work. That was always me. I would prove them with my work. And they would like not call me that no more. But it was also like, no matter what, I was still in their mind, that fat guy. Yeah, because you can't escape it. I can't, no matter what. But I would disguise it by saying, well, I'm going to work harder so they can be like, man, that guy's damn good. Let me not say anything bad. But that's not a solution, bro. I was just disguising the truth. So at some point, I was like, man, fuck this shit, bro. I got to really like do something about this shit. It takes it back to like all the CEOs that are losing weight or like just getting healthy and everything. And Jeff Bezos getting jacked. Like, yeah, this guy is worth hundreds of billions of dollars. He doesn't have to do. He could do this, get this done, figure that out, do this for me. And like his life could be on autopilot if he wanted to. Yeah. Why is it still that the people that have everything possible are still going for the health? Why is that? It's because there's one thing that you can't be bought, can't be taken away from you. It's the way you feel in your health at the end of the day. And I wish more people understood that, but they're so far away from feeling healthy that they're like, it's not important. That's just an extra thing I could do. That's what you should do. Yeah. That is the one thing that you should figure out before you figure out anything else. I love how you shared that story. What was her name? Karen? Karen, yeah. That's awesome, man. And I mean, if that doesn't spark a fire under your ass, I don't know what will. I think you need to have somebody close to you to like experience that and see that they're still able to
pursue because most people they see it online, right? They get their
Yeah.
motivation from
Yeah,
somebody
yeah, yeah.
external, like, oh, that's great for them.
Yeah.
You know, oh, this guy's a paraplegic and he's still doing pull-ups. Like
Yeah.
that's
cool.
really inspirational. But if you go to the gym and you see a paraplegic doing it, you're like, fuck. Okay.
Or I was just in the sauna yesterday, and this like 17, 18-year-old girl comes in with one arm. I'm like, man, like people say they can't lose weight, they can't make it into the gym. She's got half an arm, like standing up in there. So I'm like,
I saw a guy when I first started going to the gym. I saw a guy. He only had one leg, and he had a little bike that he was like scooting around. And then I'm just like, what's he about to do? And bro,
Where's he be at?
he got on like I think it was the seated elliptical, and he's doing it with one leg, and I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? It just it makes you feel so small. It makes you like, what the fuck's my excuse?
It humbles you for sure. And a lot of people are like, hey, you lost 100 pounds, like that's great. And then to us, now that it's so normal to like lose that much weight, I'm like seeing other people that are doing things that I'm like, damn, that's inspirational. You think me losing? Like, I had to do this. I had to get in shape. This was my duty. Like, I should have been in shape. You know what I mean? But people doing other things, and then they'll look at us and be like, you lost 160 pounds? Like, that's insane. I'm like, what you're doing is crazy. You know?
Now, I do want to dive into this hot topic, and I really don't care how you think of me after this shit because I get this a lot. And I'm talking about the fucking injections. I got people coming up to me like, hey, man, so which one you taking, dog? And I'm like, nah, yo, like for real, like so
Jaro, seriously, program aside, all that shit.
Like straight up, like that's how people, because I was losing it, like I was actually losing it like fast. So people were like, some people will come up to me, and you know who the fuck you are, you know who you are.
There's some influencers too, man.
So look, I don't I'm a novice when it comes to all that drugs and all that stuff and you know all those different brands, but it's a shortcut, right? But I'm seeing me now being on this side of 100 pounds down, and I'm seeing other people losing 70, 80 pounds. I'm seeing the pros and cons because I literally have close people around me. I'm not gonna mention their names that have done it and they're on that journey and they post shit like, I don't work out, I haven't changed my diet and I'm down 70 pounds. And I'm just like, the second you're the fuck off that shit, bro, yo, I can't wait.
Stand the test of time.
Or when I invited one of them to work out with me and they couldn't fucking keep up. And I was internally, I was just like, wake the fuck up, bro. I'm like, come on, like let's.
There's a song by Nipsey Hussle. I don't know. He says in the intro, he's like, you'll see who's naked when the tide comes. You'll see who's swimming naked once the tide comes in. And what that means is like once the ocean takes it all the way back, you'll see who's actually real, who's actually there. And most people are naked. They're getting covered by situations that are protecting them. But then take all that away because it's gonna happen. There's gonna be a time where something's gonna get disapproved. It's gonna be gone. What are people gonna do? And my girlfriend, she's a physician's assistant. So she's doing this, giving people Ozempic all day long. And people are like, I won't be able to survive without it. Like, please, like, send it out to me this way. And I'm just like, or you could just make the lifestyle changes and do it the right way. Yeah. And that's why we could say this with confidence that, like, I lost 160 pounds.
And that's why we hate, honestly. People ask what we love and hate. We hate seeing influencers, not the people, but it's more the habits behind it. Yeah. Influencers online who are weight loss influencers now because it just totally disrespects the name of like what we've been able to do, where they get the surgery, they're like 650 pounds, they get surgery to lose weight, they get down all the way down to 250 pounds.
Buy my program.
And then not even that, they lose the weight, tighten up, gets more surgery to tighten up the skin, and then say now accepting clients. Yeah. And you're like, what in the, it just is so disrespectful. And I think some people like may look at us a little bit like, oh, you guys are just selling a program. It's like, no, you guys don't understand. Like, we're calling out the bullshit that those guys are doing. And not that we're trying to prove ourselves to anybody, but our example of how we did it naturally is why we are not that.
Yeah, and the reason why I mentioned this is because so this whole like Ozempic and all this stuff and all the different brands, I feel like it's like within the last year, it's when it kind of blew up on social media, right? You're seeing more videos and more people. Yeah, right. So the reason why I mentioned it because there was a pool of weight loss coaches like you guys. There was more, of course, you're not the only one. But now this pool just got bigger, and now there's a mix of random fucking shit from real coaches like you guys, and then this like false reality. And because
we
you're
have to
both
live in
losing,
the same
correct? You're in
world.
the same.
We have to live in that
same bucket.
Yeah.
So now people are mixing like if I'm an outsider and I don't know anything, I'm gonna be like, well, shit, I just have to pay and I can lose that without having to change anything. Well, fuck it, that's the easy way out. Fuck it. So, and I'm trying to tell
like,
them,
oh, the guy scammed me. I didn't lose any weight.
correct.
Well, look what the fuck he got surgery. What the
Yeah.
fuck did you expect? You know?
It's kind of like, boxing, right? Like there's back in the day when people were all doing the steroids and everything
Yeah.
and just knocking people out.
Yep.
And then there's like certain boxers that were probably just training hard, came
Yep.
up from grinding and everything, and they got to that position. It's the same thing. You're in this pool and like you can't tell which is which. But one thing, it's like it is biblical, but you will be able to tell a man by his fruits. And so you'll be able to tell who a person is by what they can produce. You can't fake what's inside. You can always fake the outside. You can make it look pretty and doll it
Yeah.
up. But once you like uncover everything and see what this person is, then you'll be able to tell the truth. So like for you, man, I would say you probably got lucky because there are hundreds, if not thousands of other coaches out there that talk about their weight loss program, talk about their coaching everybody. But did they actually go through the struggle that they're telling you they can help you with?
And then there's another version of Chris, like how Angela says, you kind of got lucky because there's another version of you who's probably watching this now thinking, man, I've tried 3 or 4 times and, that's it. I went with a coach. I didn't lose any weight. I give up on it. But for some reason, they're still seeking quietly, silently. They're still watching, trying to figure out, okay, is this real? Can I actually do it? And then they hear your story, everything we just talked about. And like Angelo said, you'll be able to tell somebody by their fruits. And we did it without any, when we say fruits, you'll be able to tell by our clients' results.
Yep. And
we can lose weight. We can show you everything we want to, but we only are successful if you're successful.
Yep. And then that's another thing too, because I want people to get this straight. I don't want to be like, oh man, but Chris, you just, okay, great. You lost 100 pounds. You're the one of one, like you won the lottery per se, right? Like, they're going to highlight.
No.
I know you guys see a lot of posts of me recently, stuff like that, because I'm still in the journey. So that's why it's relevant, right? Obviously you see that I have other projects, Unfiltered, so we're doing a collaboration to let you guys know. But when I was on month 1 on the calls and they're saying, hey, how much you lost? I'm over here like, I lost 4 pounds. There was guys on there, I lost 150 pounds. I lost 50 pounds. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how the fuck they're doing this shit? And these are clients that were already in the program. And then I was like, I want to be the next fuck. I want to say I lost 50 pounds. I want to say I lost 50. So then when the numbers started stacking, and when I lost my first 10 pounds, like, damn, I could say 10 pounds. Like, fuck yeah, 10 pounds. Then 15, then 20. And I was like, wait, 20? I was like, oh shit, we get to 30? Can we get to 40? So then it became a numbers game. I was like, holy fuck, let's keep going. So don't think that it's like, oh, but you guys, gotta highlight, bro. They've been doing this shit for a minute.
I got a plaque in my trunk right now for a client that is also down 100 pounds. We never talk. I don't think anybody sees this guy. We never talk about him. But I have a plaque to send out to him just because I know what he's done. And so you're not the only one that's lost 100 pounds even since you started. What's his
Zach's lost it. Yep.
I mean, that's damn near right there, 70 pounds, 80 pounds or something like that. There's a lot of other guys that are doing it.
Justin,
that's the one that I'm talking about, that we don't even talk about these people, but there are people that do it. And again, this isn't like to brag on us because I know what the fuck I do. We're good. Yeah. But to answer your question, like, how do we deal with that, seeing the Ozempic in everybody? I like to just prove that I've done it myself. Yeah. And there's no other proof. Like, I can lift my shirt up. You won't see a surgery scar. You'll never see a surgery scar on my body. Yeah. If I ever took like Ozempic or did something additive,
we don't even think about Ozempic or any of that because, like you're saying, it's relevant. It's very new.
It's
like,
new,
bro. Like we're old school. Like go get it, earn it.
There was no fucking. There was no.
That's why when you say like Ozempic, the surgery, like I understand, like you started your weight loss journey back in November when it like the Ozempic and stuff was getting hot. But, like for us, coming from our perspective, it's like, what the fuck? Like,
there's no way out.
I don't even understand what that shit is. Like, that's not even it's not even relevant.
There was one guy that I will tell. This was like maybe 2 years ago because I've been playing rec basketball league for a long time, and there was a referee that he did the bypass, and I was probably at my heaviest at that time. It was probably like 360, and I remember I was like, I went for a rebound, huffing and puffing, and then during the timeout, he goes, "Hey, come here." He's like, "Hey, let me get you my doctor's information." He's like, "Bro, you should get the bypass, bro. I just bought myself like 10 more years of life." And he pretty much was saying, like, he's like, trust me, bro. He was not even, he was being a salesperson without being a salesperson. He was pretty much telling, like, you got to get this done. This is going to save your life. You got to get the surgery. And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. He's like, no, trust me, man. You're getting too big. That's how I was too. Look at me now and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, that just stayed in my fucking head. And while I'm like losing this weight, I'm just like, I use that as motivation.
That's not when you're on the treadmill and you want to stop. You're like,
I don't need
to
do that shit, bro. And it's like, and I'll be honest, some of those people, like, they're probably even gain weight, or they don't have the mental mindset to like continue, because they got such a big shortcut. They're like, oh, I'm here. Okay, now what? You know, I mean, you see it you even see it in women. I mean, I'm Colombian, so Colombia is notorious for surgeries.
BBLs.
Correct. Or not even BBLs, the tummy tucks.
Tummy tucks, yep.
I have family members that got in it, and you look at them now, and it's like, what happened to the
tummy tuck?
It just disappeared. It's like, you pregnant or something? What's going on? It's because they look good for X amount of time, but they don't do anything to maintain themselves, and they have no idea, and they just think like, well, money's gonna solve shit. Money can't buy everything, you know. So you gotta really develop your system to like, like, you can't just out of nowhere run a 10K if you just lost all this weight. Like, you have
to respect it, and that's how we grew up. It's like, anything from our races, I respect the training. I don't just go into it and like, oh, I'm gonna go crush it. Even with my mindset, no matter how much will I have and how much I'm gonna get it done, I can't just go into any of these races and be like, I'm gonna go do it without training, without respecting it and like understanding what I'm about to get into. But that's not what's gonna hold me back.
Yep.
And even though there's, whatever it is, like if there's something I gotta buy, like I'm not gonna let the price tag or let the work that's ahead of me hold me back from getting started. And thankfully, we were so ignorant when we first started losing weight. It was like, or even starting a business, anything. I didn't even know that it was going to be this difficult. I'm like, fuck it. Like, but we're going to do it though. I don't care. And then it gets easier though over time. It's getting more fun.
And we always say it doesn't get easier. You get better.
You get better.
You just get better.
It feels easier when you get better.
Yeah. No, and that's why I'm honestly like, you guys have been able to. I mean, since I was in high school, even when I was in high school, and when you'll see that picture, maybe we'll bring that picture up right now again, that's when I felt the fittest. At that time, I still felt fat. I still had a belly, but you're going to see the picture, like, I don't see a belly. I still had a belly. I wasn't the guy with this, because remember, I was in football, all these guys taking off their shirts, 6-packs. I'm like, well, shit, I got a keg, like, I'm the lineman. So I never felt, like I was that guy. So now I'm taking on this journey of like, all right, let me scope my body. Let me get to things like how you guys are, like to where I have muscles and I actually, I can have some abs and stuff like that. But ultimately my goal, I'm not joining, at least as far as I know right now, I'm not joining a weight loss one of those competitions of
bodybuilding.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. At least right now, I don't like that. That's not me. Yeah. That's not what I'm doing it for. I'm just doing it because I want to get better. I want to get even healthier. I see those numbers on the scale. I used to be, I think I was almost like at 50, almost 60% body fat. It's fucking stupid. It was stupid. And that's now crazy. I don't know where I'm at right now with the app, but I'm either in the 30s or below that. And I'm just like, the fact that I was just like, what? My body was all that. That's crazy, bro.
60%.
Like, it was stupid. It was just, the numbers don't lie neither. Like, I was just like, this is stupid. I was like, wow. That's all that fucking Popeyes. Fuck, bro. You know what? Popeyes, sponsor my shit, bro. At this point, bro, man. I gave you guys so much money, bro. Come on.
Have you being real, have you gone to Popeyes since you started?
The last time I went to Popeyes was, and I'll be honest too. So like, I started the journey in November. I did have Popeyes one time, and that was maybe like around, like, I think it was like January, like early January. It was a day that I was just like, let me just eat that. That's all I'll eat. Because I looked at the calorie count, and that's when I was learning. I was just like, okay, so that's 1,700 calories. I'm at 2,000 for the day. I can eat that and I'll be good. I'm like, fuck it.
You're gonna be hungry again.
But I felt like shit. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it. And then I'm like this on the couch, bro.
Oh, God.
And then and the rest of the day, it was like I was playing catch up. I was trying to like find energy. And I was just like, it was just bad, bro. It was really bad. And I was like, yeah, fuck this, never again. You have to start with baby steps. I had the fucking Popeyes app, get rewards and shit, uninstall that shit. Uninstall McDonald's app. Those motherfuckers do a good job.
I've never had the McDonald's app.
They're fucking,
I hear it's like
scary.
Discounted on
bro,
McDonald's app.
They send you a message saying, you know what? For a penny, you get a McChicken. I'm like, what? Yo, so it kind of makes you like want to go.
Stupid if you don't.
Yo, I'm just like,
no.
I'm like, well, I'm broke, so fuck it. Let me go get the McChicken.
You're joking,
bro. Straight up. And so it's bad.
They trying to kill everybody. Man.
So I'm just like, nah. I gotta uninstall this shit. So that's the first thing. So if you got all those fucking apps,
man,
bye. Uninstall that shit. Wifey used to, you go check the mail. They still have print coupons. And then the Popeyes had one where it was like
They had your address.
They had everybody's fucking ad. But she would stack the coupons and be like, for fucking like a family size meal, it was like $10. And I was just like, but she never ate all that stuff. It was just for me. I was like, oh, I got 2 meals. It is a good deal. Food, like if you think about money wise, but it's bad for you, bro. It's just bad.
You gotta think like
you just lost a week of your life, and then you have to make back a week of.
Let me clear this up because I think about this all the time because I don't want to bash these companies stuff like that. Look, can I go have a fucking ice cream cone? Am I gonna fucking die? No. Okay. But if I fucking have an ice cream cone or a Popeye's chicken breast and all stuff every fucking day, you're just stacking bad shit on top of bad shit on top of bad shit. So that's the thing. That's what I was doing. So don't get me wrong. Like you're gonna have family outings. There's gonna be chicken on the grill and all stuff you can eat. But then you gotta balance out or be ready for that shit. Or don't be drinking. That's another thing. I was never a drinker, so thank God I didn't have to fight with. Like, oh, I gotta cut alcohol, stuff like that. But that's another demon that you gotta fight for some of you guys. There's a lot of fucking calories in liquor, like a shit ton. Like one shot.
One drink is like 80 calories.
It's stupid, bro. So like,
calories, yeah.
So a lot of people that they go out all the time and all. I mean, that's what I did that when I was 21. I don't do that no more. They're like, man, I don't know why I can't lose this belly. I'm like, bro, you're drinking it. You're drinking it all.
People think that like we sound like health nuts too right now, which is I know for sure like. They're just like, I can't relate to that. Like people relate to like struggling more than they relate to winning. But back to your point about the Popeyes like having
we've talked about our struggles this whole time though. Like, but they go hand in hand.
Having the Popeyes app and like the McDonald's app where you can get something for a penny or something like that. Like that is I didn't know they did that. That's actually insane, man. So even
when we started losing weight, they didn't have that shit. They didn't have apps and McDonald's.
Like
apps.
To me, I think like okay, to me I'm thinking what's the quality of the food? If they're selling it for $3 and you're getting a chicken, a piece of bread, like how are the profit margins on that even making sense?
The last one of those things that what they did have before we started our weight loss journey was the Burger King. You can get 10 nuggets for $1.
Yes.
That was the last shit.
They actually started it, and McDonald's copied them because I was never really a Burger King fan, and I was like, damn, that's a hell of a fucking deal, bro. So that's like free food, bro. Like I'm like, damn. So, but that's
Burger King. That was the last one that we did. I remember going through the Burger King line, $10,
or $1 for $10. 50 nuggets for that was
$5. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So here's the thing: if you like you're saying, if you want ice cream, you can eat ice cream. If you want this, and it's not going to kill you. But my thing is, I would go as far as say, I don't think you even really want that McDonald's as bad as you think you do. Or you don't want that fried chicken or the cans as much as you think
want the alcohol, want the drink.
Because the reason why is, if you really want it, you'll make it at home. And then that will determine if you're just eating out of convenience or if you genuinely want to eat some fried chicken right now.
Yeah.
And so if you simply say, hey, I'll eat the fried chicken, but I have to make it at home, then would you still eat the fried chicken? Or would it be easier for you to go to Popeyes? Most people just choose the easy route. So it's not even that you really want that food; you just want something easy.
And I want to add something, and because I was never, I don't pay DoorDash, I don't pay Uber. I probably once in a blue moon, I one time used it. I'm against paying delivery fees. But goddamn, you guys, and I know there's a lot of you guys that will be willing to pay that DoorDash delivery fee, and which adds on another $5-10 on top of what you're paying. So what I'm trying to say is that you're making these meals even more expensive, and then you look at us and saying, I can't afford that. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Add up, go to your bank and add up how much you ate. And that's what I did. And I was paying stupid money. I actually saved money when I signed onto the program. Because then when I started buying my foods and then, counting all stuff, it was just like, damn, I can have all this ground beef. That's like 4 or 5 meals. I was paying that price for a lunch meal.
For one.
A lunch, not even the day, for a lunch meal. So I'm just like, so for the ones that are money cautious, like, I can't afford this, whatever. And another thing too, just since we're on the money talk, we're talking about celebrities earlier. I'm not gonna mention their names, but in Miami, I know some celebrities, top celebrities, that they don't ever post a workout video and stuff like that, but they hire their own private trainers because they want to make sure they're good in their health, and they pay a shit ton of money. And I've been privileged enough to not do their programs, but see what they offer. And I'm gonna be fucking honest, it's no different than what these guys offer at a fucking discount of a price, because these guys are getting paid, to go there private and all stuff like the other trainers. you guys, the fact that you guys can offer this virtually to anybody is insane. So, you know, for anybody to say there's no value there, I think it's they're stupid.
It comes back to the
we're not
spending,
saying you
bro.
go to the gym and like, this is what I think just from the business mindset. You see the personal trainers there, they're slaving away for $120, you know, for an hour, 45-minute hour session. And it's like, if you just, but that's the thing, not everybody can do it though. They can't take it online. They're not confident in themselves. And so that just gives you a, you know, when you're saying they go to their house and they're doing all this in-person work.
But it's a lot more. It's a lot more. I mean, let me, so that's one thing that picks me out. Let me just say, there's some person, I go to the gym and there's some personal trainers that they become your best friend and they just talk more than they fucking work out.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, I'm running. I'm just like, it's been 10 minutes. You guys
haven't done one set.
What the fuck is going on? I would
Who's
be
holding
so
the coach
pissed
accountable?
off.
Who's holding this coach
So
accountable?
I just want to get that off the chest. I fucking hate that shit. But in this program, it's not just about that, because that's one aspect of it. It's about the fact, the accountability, the empowerment that you're gonna get, the willingness that you're gonna get surrounded by others that have been there, which is you guys to start off with. The fact that you guys have been there. I'm sorry, trainers, but there's some trainers that you guys have been really fit in your life, and you guys been lucky enough that you guys have had 6-packs since fucking middle school and shit.
Right, the fastest kid in
I'm
his
sorry,
class, yeah.
you know, that's great and all, but you can never compare to the mindset where we've been at one point in our lives and be like, fuck, I feel like a fat piece of shit. You can never say that. So you know, I'm not saying you can't help others, but I'm just saying that's where the difference factors come in. So, you know, and there's a lot of us out there that are big. So it's like, you're looking for a solution. Why not look for a solution where it's worked, not once, not twice, 3, 4, 5, 10 times? And then also the fact that, you know, they corral you into this world where you need to be surrounded by, and they try to check you. They're gonna fucking check you. And this ain't fucking easy. So don't feel like it's gonna be roses and ponies and all that shit. It ain't gonna be easy. You gotta put in the work. But I guarantee you, you'll start seeing improvement in energy. You'll start seeing improvement in mental. You'll start seeing improvement in just the way you are and the way you start. People start looking at you, be like, yo, man, you looking good, bro. And you may only lost 3 pounds. But the fact that aura that you're starting to develop and bringing out that you have inside of you, that's when, you know, you're unlocking your true self. And that's what they have helped to do for me and others. So it's like, don't say you can't do it. I literally have videos that I talk to myself in the gym and any time that I go work out or whatever, so I can look back and be like, damn, anytime that I have a down day or something like that, because you're not going to always be up every time. You're going to have days that you don't want to work out. And those days I have my best workouts. It's crazy how that fucking shit works like that. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
that shit fucking works like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll be sitting on the couch. It was like, I talked about it in the Facebook group, like, what was it? It was in the middle of the summer. And I was sitting on my couch. It's like 6 p.m. at night on a Sunday evening. I just ate dinner. Kids just went to bed, just laid them down. I come sit on the couch. I'm like, fuck. Okay, I got Monday and tomorrow. All right, so in there I'm laying there. Something just clicked into my head. And I remember getting bullied as a kid when I was in 5th grade. His name was Ryan Bennett. He was calling me fat fuck, fat ass, da-da-da-da. I ended up whooping his ass. But that moment came into my mind when I was laying on the couch. I got my ass up, put my shoes on, went to the gym and did 10 miles.
There you go.
And so it's like the worst times can actually flip very quickly and become your best workout.
It's going to be hard either way you do it too. Like, pick your hard in life. It's going to be hard to lose weight, or it's going to be hard to deal with it. I prefer to do the hard to lose weight because at least there's a benefit on the other side of putting in that work.
Yeah.
If you decide not to do it, you're going to be, number one, it's going to be hard to live that way every single day. And you get the residual effect of it lasting for more than just that moment. It's going to last months, weeks, years. And people are just stuck.
And when you say things don't last forever, that shit can last forever. It really can if you continue to try to figure it out by yourself and AI your way out and YouTube videos, and it will last forever if you don't make a change. It
won't. So that's the shortcut too. Don't get me wrong. Like AI and all that, ChatGPT and all that helps you. Like you can say, hey, give me a workout or whatever, and it will. You know. But the thing is, you have no support behind you. You have no. You know, everybody's different. So everybody's totally different. What if you got hurt in your knees hurting today? You know, and you got to do leg days. You can still do leg day, but maybe you do modified workouts or you do this. ChatGPT ain't gonna tell you that shit. It's not gonna know. It's just gonna give you data based off of other websites and other people posting online, and it's gonna give you the best answer it thinks it's giving you. But you're over here like, well, fuck, I can't do this then. Now what do I do? And then on top of that, how are you tracking your shit? Like, how do you know? Like, ChatGPT does not have a roadmap of like, hey, if you keep doing this, you're gonna lose 10 pounds. Because ChatGPT was not 350 pounds. ChatGPT is just taking information it does a really good job of masking it where it sounds so professional. Don't get me wrong. It's not. There's a time and a place to use it. But people think that it's like, but I don't got to do this because they can just do that. All right, cool. You know what? How about we do this? I'm gonna pay your ass $500 if you can follow ChatGPT for 3 months, and I'll give you a $500 discount to my program if you can figure it out. How about that?
Damn.
And then I guarantee you, people will be coming back and be like, yeah, it didn't work out. Because it's just like they don't have that willpower, they don't have this, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's the little wins that stack up. It's a lot. It's not gonna happen tomorrow.
that's funny. That's actually a great.
That's actually a great idea.
Because it's like fuck it, like
$500. You follow ChatGPT in your plan, and in 3 months from now, let's set out a goal weight. Okay, that's your goal weight. Cool. That's how you want to look. That's what you want to be lifting. All right. 3 months from now, let's see what ChatGPT gives you. If you follow every day, I'll give you $500.
People won't come back though, even after that 3 months,
they'll be too embarrassed.
They'll be too embarrassed, too ashamed to even reach out for help. And a lot of people have this, like bigger guys as well. They have this like wall put up because they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
They don't want anything to affect them and like hurt them. But the moment you could just accept it one time, you don't have to keep putting up this wall every single day and live with that. Just break the wall down, hear what you got to hear, and go change. Only a fool makes the same mistake like 2, 3, 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
You figure it out once, you get the coaching, and you're done, man. Like it's just now executing. And the money side of things too is really funny because I break it down with some people on the calls. Like I ask them, like, how much do you go out to fast food like per week? Oh, like 4 to 5 times a week. I'm like, okay, and you're doing DoorDash? Yeah. Okay, that's $20. Just conservatively, it's probably like $30, but it's $20. Okay, so you 4 times a week, $20, $80 a week. Okay, on a month, 80, 160, 240, 320 a month. 320 times, you've been struggling with your weight for how long? 3 years. Well, for a year, that's about $3,000. 300 times 12, it's like 3K. Then you do that for 3 years. You spent $10,000 to be in this body.
Matt and Brittany just did the math in their group. Just in 2024, they spent, I think it was what?
11? I think 10,000.
11,000.
Yeah.
A lot of
11,000 on DoorDash, fast food. And this year it was like 600, 650 or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, talk about the numbers side of things. That's real.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now, I want to talk about the elephant in the room that we haven't mentioned, sugar. Because I feel like that shit is just, it's fucking everywhere.
Sugar's the devil.
That's one thing.
That's one of our sayings, that sugar is the devil.
One thing that I did was change everything to no sugar. And it's crazy because there's still brands out there. They do both. Like even like Liquid IV. They have the Liquid IV, and I was drinking it, and I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm doing my electrolytes. And they're like, yeah, you got the no sugar one. I'm like, no, damn, this shit got 11 grams. What the fuck? Sugar. I was taking 2 a day. I'm like, no wonder. But they have the no sugar one. Yeah. So you have to educate yourself. Then now I'm just like, no sugar, that's it. And then it's the same shit. So same thing. Like if anything, this is probably the best time. Like there's some people that cannot get rid of like Coke and stuff like that. And I get it because they have an addiction with it and stuff like that. I never had that problem. But now they got zero Coke Zero, all that stuff.
They got expired.
I'm like, bro. You have no excuse, bro. Like straight up, like, and even then to me personally, I feel like
still they'll have a 0 sugar in the regular and they still go for the regular. I'm like,
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. But those are the little.
But the elephant in the room though is sugar. So the thing with sugar is, one of our sayings is sugar is the devil. Although there is a time and place for it. For example, on the race in the next few days, they're going to be having, like Matt has them, I've trained him on it a little bit, with like the running gels. And those have like, I think 5 to 11 grams of sugar. And so it's useful because like when you take, think about when you were a kid and you got nerds or you got Laffy Taffy, you ate it real quick, you got that sugar rush.
Yeah.
Same thing happens when you're an adult, but it's just being able to use it. And it's great for those type of moments. But other than that, if you're not running, a marathon or running a 10K or running any type of race, there's no experience that I've had with it that is beneficial for you.
People eat like a donut and then just sit down, or like eat the sugar and sit down. But
eat oats in the morning and then go to work. Like no. We just talked about it with Tyler on the call. We told him don't eat oatmeal in the morning because the bread, if you didn't know, the carbs turn into glucose in the blood.
Yep.
So once you eat that bread, it's going to turn into sugar eventually. And then if you sit and you just use it, that's when it starts getting stored. And then it gets really hard to burn off. But when you use it before a workout, like if you're going to go, say it's early in the morning, I mostly just work out fasted, or if it's before a race, you want to eat some type of bread or some type of carb source, because that's what's going to push you through over time. It gets stored really quickly, and then you use it, and then you're going to look and feel better afterwards. So there is a time and place for it, but mostly we just get sugar from bread or from a carb source because it's going to turn into sugar eventually. So the same feeling that you eat when you eat oatmeal, eat bread, or eat
pasta, anything like
eat
that.
pasta, it has the same effect as if
Yeah.
you just ate 5 gummy bears. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah. That's another thing too that I've been learning too. Like what you said, I didn't know that. To me, I thought it was like, well, I'm having pasta. This is not sugar. This is like, but
It
it
turns
will.
into sugar.
It breaks
Correct.
down into that.
So like things like that, I'm like, that's why you gotta make sure like the pasta that you get, either high protein or they have some crazy
protein pasta.
Chickpea pasta, yeah.
Bro, they got one that had 20 grams of protein the other day. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But America does a good job of marketing. They do a good job of trying to paint the picture of like the other day I picked up this Nature Valley protein bar, and it was 10 grams of protein. But they marked it. It said protein bar.
You think it's
and
good?
it was a chocolate bar, and I was just like, and I literally looked at the label and I looked at it and I did the math and I was like, whoa, it's 200 calories for 10 grams of protein, and it still has sugar. I was like, look at this one that I have over here, 150 calories, 20 grams of protein, and it has like no sugar or 1 gram of sugar. I'm just like, what the fuck? I was just like, no. Now they're painting it to you because the marketing looks good, the packaging looks good,
Valley.
the name. So you're like, it's got to be good. It's got to, So I'm just like, you got to really read the details.
So this is something I learned as well on my weight loss journey. But in marketing and like branding, the color red is primarily to instigate hunger in your body. Like it's weird, but if you see the color red, you start to feel hungry. And so if you think of places like In-N-Out, you think of places like McDonald's, Popeyes,
Red Robin,
Burger King, all these different food places, there's always going to be some form of red in there.
Okay, yep.
Because when you see it,
Jack in the Box,
it triggers something in your brain. I don't know what it is, but like the neurochemistry behind it is that it makes you hungry. And so that's why every time you go into a grocery store, you look at like the chips aisle, it's just colors.
Yeah.
Red, yellow. You rarely will see a brown bag of chips or like a black bag of chips because it doesn't make you like, oh, I want it. That's why it's all psychology, and there's a reason why these places do that. And while you're driving past a fast food place, you smell the thing through your car windows.
Yeah.
Your windows are all rolled up. You still smell the burger.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? Because it's
bro,
as soon as you smell it, you're like, I'm not even hungry, but that smells good. Let me go. And that's how it brings in more business. So if you think about it, like companies and people don't get rich, like hospitals and all these things, off of people being healthy.
Yeah.
They get lots of money from people being unhealthy, dependent on medications, people being sick. Mounjaro, Ozempic, they're probably going to kill me if I say this, but like Mounjaro, Ozempic, Zepbound, all these different things, they're not looking for the healthy people.
Yeah.
They're looking for the people, and their marketing is like, are you just tired of not living the life that you truly want? Do you wish that there was a better side of your life? And it's like, well, how do I do that? And people are like so against exercise because you feel uncomfortable for a little bit. But you could sit down on the couch and just put this in your belly and get a quick shot and you'll lose the weight. And like people eat it up because it requires no effort. And if you realize that nothing good in life comes from the easy route, the only way is through the harder route, that you actually get sustainable long-term change, then you'll start making the smart decision.
Well, one thing that I've learned the hard way in different things, not just weight loss, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be fucking true.
Always.
I'm be honest, like I really hope that nothing bad happens, but this whole like pandemic of Ozempic and all that stuff happening right now where people are like on this high and all that stuff, 10, 15 years from now, I don't want to hear, I got this, I got that, or I got, just the same way we were scared about the vaccines with COVID and shit like that. I don't want to have a third leg or whatever. Well, you're putting some in your body that it's not supposed to be there. So, like just keep in mind. And also like I go back to history, like the Egyptians, everybody, the cavemen, everything like that, they were ripped because they were just doing physical activity all day. They had to go hunt for the food. They had to go this.
That's crazy. You're getting that mentality because that's what every overweight person
when people
they see that.
when people say like, yeah, but we got technology, I'm like, yeah, we do got technology. Like we got the machines. Like I can actually have a treadmill to run on. I don't have to run at the park if it's raining. I got this, whatever. Cool. We got the technology. Use it, but also that doesn't mean that because it's technology, I have to use it 100%. Like, I mean, how many gimmicky things that we've had? We used to have the shake weight bullshit. We had the fucking the ab roller.
That shit.
90. What was it? The
P90X.
P90X.
There's some benefits to.
There's benefits and all stuff.
Insanity and all
Correct.
that.
Insanity. But what I'm saying is that like a lot of people bought it, never fucking done it.
Yeah, it just sat on the DVD shelf for years and collected dust.
It's like, damn, people are looking for that one-stop solution, and now we actually have a solution that actually like gives you results, and you just put your money. I'm just like, damn, bro, like this is scary, bro. This is fucking scary. I don't. Me personally, I don't like it. You know, it's not that we're old school. It's just more of like I know that I can. I was able to do this naturally, and goddamn, it feels so fucking good. Like I pretty much shut people up when
and
I say
that can't be taken away from you, bro. Like
exactly.
most people don't get that level of like pride, but it's not even like a bad sense of pride. It's like no, like I worked for something. I came from something that was terrible, and I made
my 100 pounds that I
myself.
lost are not the same 100 pounds that they lost. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that
no,
right now. And I don't give a
100%.
fuck. We'll put that shit battle all day, every day. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna beat you. I'm sorry.
Who's gonna keep it off longer?
Yeah.
On the
That's
last day of
another
your
thing,
guys'
too.
life, who's gonna actually
Predict like God willing, everything works out. Like this should be the last time you ever have to lose weight again. There have been people that have lost it and like they just went back to eating fast food and like fell into that
Or they
habit
bulk.
again.
They get
Or
into a
they
bulk.
get into a bulk or whatever it is. But like if you follow everything that we've told you from the beginning to the end, this is going to be like you can literally kiss goodbye ever being struggling with your weight again.
Let me talk about that because some people will be like, all right, cool. You were on there for a year, you lost weight, now what, right? So
There's always more, man.
So
There's always
correct.
more.
another level to the
but
shit.
but let's say, all right, let's say I got ripped. Cool. Now what, right? My taste buds are completely different now. Like I actually like fast food and stuff like that. I despise it. Like I kind of like I kind of see it and I go back to. I sometimes get the feeling without even having to eat the food. I'm just like, whoa! I do not want to feel like a couch potato and be like, oh man, yeah, fuck that. I've done that too many times that I know how that feeling is. So you know my mentality, and then even reading labels. Sometimes even I even things that I buy at home or at my office, I'm like, all right, I want something sweet, and then I'll be like, all right, let me get the sour grapes, and it's like about 50 calories for like 5 or 7 pieces. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Today, let me have my 7 pieces today. You know, fuck it. You know, because you can always have you can have a couple sprinkles on the ice cream, but if you put too many sprinkles, then you're overdoing it. So same thing. I can eat the whole bag. It wasn't 50. It was 300 calories, whatever it is. So you got to be careful on that. But what I'm saying is that mentally, I prepare myself for like I'm satisfied with that. You know, or you eat slower instead of just trying to eat it. You know, before my wife used to buy like these Nutella little cookies and stuff like that she likes. And I'm just like, damn, man, those things taste amazing. It's 140 calories for one. I said, fuck this, bro. Yeah. I look at it and I go...
It's kind of depressing, bro.
I'm like, come on, bro. You couldn't make this shit like less calories, bro. Like,
the thing is, when you lose more weight, bro, like, and I can't wait for you to get to this point, like, you have to be so on... It's like you got to a... From where you were before to now, you're 10 miles away. Like, you're so far away. Yeah. But then now when you get to the next level, you're like, holy shit, like, there's more to this. Like, it's even further. And then now it's like, every time I eat, bro, I have to, like... I'm so, like, every one thing matters. And it's because the closer you get, the harder it is. And that's where most people, they sit in that, like, comfortable, they're not too big, they're not too small, but they're not where they want to go. And they always have this fire that there's something more for them, but they'll never get there. Yeah. Because it's like, I have to do this all over again. You do, man. And that part, once you get past that and you're on the other side,
you'll look at yourself a year from now, Chris, and you'll be like,
you look at yourself a year from now, and it's like, holy shit.
That's the goal, and that's the next level, right? So it's like, you know, right, challenge one done, let's go on to the next one, because there's different levels, you know, and you have to, you know, that's what I'm discovering. This is all a new world to me, you know, like this is all a new world to me. So I'm still even muscle training, all stuff, like I know about it from an outside perspective, not from an inside perspective. And then I'm gonna go on that challenge again. People are gonna be telling me, "Nah, bro, you gotta do this."
Steroid, bro. The next thing you're gonna hear is steroids. I'm telling you, you're gonna hear steroids.
So it's like, God damn, bro, like shut up, like let me do my shit, like. And we got a roadmap that we know that works. I got 2 good examples here, so it's like, I'm gonna prove you wrong again. So
like I'm really just excited for this weekend, man. Like the fact that you're here is Thursday. You know, Sunday's about to come around. You'll experience the race. That's really what I'm looking for you, and to just come together as, you know, how we started, bro. And for you to feel that, because eventually, Chris, like, you know, not just with the building muscle and like the deeper that this weight loss journey goes, but, you know, running marathons and doing shit like that, like, bro, it's not to like flex or anything, but bro, it takes, you have to be fucking crazy. And like, it starts like where you are now, you know, but you have to be like, talk about scheduling, talk about 5 in a year, like why, but there's something that nobody else can get. And a marathon, it teaches you so much about yourself. And that's why I signed up for them. It's not like, oh, I want to go run 26.2 miles or like I love running. Nah, bro, like what you experienced at mile 17 and mile 18, mile 20, 21, 22.
You're like in the deep waters. You're in the middle of nowhere. You're like, like where why the fuck am I running right now? Like, why the fuck am I doing this?
No, that's how I felt this last time. I got to mile 20 and I'm like, I really asked myself, like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like, why don't I just step off to the side? My legs are cramping up. My calves are still hurt. Like they're still tightening up. But like you get there, you're like, why am I even doing this? Like this shit's so stupid. But then you finish and you're like, okay, I get it. There's more.
Kind of, like a part of you kind
of
of dies, bro. Like it's crazy. Even and on your weight loss journey too, like an old version of you literally has to die.
Mm-hmm.
Like that version of me at 350 pounds, like I have no attachment anymore. Like I'm okay with like letting you die, bro.
Yeah.
It's kind of like watching something that you've built up your entire life. Just like imagine leaving a business completely that you built up and you're like, well, fuck, like there's nothing there. I don't have that connection anymore. But you have to be okay with that because you know that the next thing that you're about to grab onto is better. You have to let go of this thing to open up and grab the next thing.
And one thing that Andy Elliott, one of our mentors, and he came to us, he spoke to us, and he said, you have to take that version of yourself every single day. It's not just like a one-time thing. Mm-hmm. Every single day, you have to take that dog behind the house and take care of business and shoot him.
He literally tells us, like, you have to go every day, recreate yourself, kill him.
Yeah.
I'm like,
every
holy
single
shit.
day.
It sounds crazy, but like, it's like a ruthless level of like
ruthless.
truth to get to that next level. And you realize, oh, damn, I was in middle school. Now I'm in high school. Now I'm in college. Now I'm in the pros. Now I'm in the Hall of Fame. Like, there's levels to these things. And once people get this like false sense of confidence, usually because I finished, I graduated high school. Like, bro, there's people that are still in 8th year of university. Like, there's still more to it. Like, but that's where people stop though. Usually, a lot of people, they're like so caught up in what they've done that they hold on to. I lost 100 pounds. How many times I get on calls with people? I've lost 80 pounds before, man. Like, I know what to do. You just got. I just got to do it.
Just let me figure it out. What's the cost? I just know how much is it.
I just got to do it. And it's like if you understood it, man, like you would have the result now. It's you can't lie beyond that. And so I always like for myself, if I'm going to hold myself to this standard, I make sure that I live it and I'm breathing it and I'm telling the truth. And then I could actually say this vehemently to other people that, hey, there's more to this, bro. And I hope you can see that point, that there's another level. And once you get there, another one opens up and then another one. And it's like, that's the point of life. You don't just you don't just stop growing after high school. You don't just stop growing after college. You don't just stop growing after your 10th year in business. Now it's another level, man. There's people that have done that and they're telling you that guy that was 65 or whatever. He's like, dude, you're young, bro. Like you're 36. Like you got a whole nother, before you get to me, like you're going to experience another level of life. And you want to learn from those people that have been there so they could tell you like, this is what you're going to expect. This is how you overcome that. And to me, the time is the most important thing. It's valuable.
No, 100%, 100%, man. 100%. Well, yeah, guys. Anything else do we missed or are you good?
That's good, man. I'm ready to go run, bro. You got me ready to run.
Shout out to my trolls out there.
You got haters now? Last time we talked,
I got a couple trolls. I got a couple trolls on the posts that you guys post sometimes because they think I'm AI or some bullshit. What the fuck, am I a robot or some shit? Like, what the hell is this? That's crazy, bro. No, but there's always gonna be trolls online. I just think it's hilarious. I'm like, damn. But yeah, shout out to you guys. You know, because keep that engagement going.
Last time you said there's gonna be a time where you get the trolls. You're like, how do you deal with the trolls? I'm like,
I was just
they're in their mom's basement, bro. If I wouldn't listen to you in person, like. I'm not gonna listen to you online.
Yeah, I wouldn't take advice.
I want to hear you for 5 seconds. If you started talking to the conversation.
Nah. That's it's people be having warrior ninjas over here.
Twitter fingers,
bro. Crazy. But
yeah, man.
All right, guys. Well, we got this 10K to run. Let's get it.
Man, it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna be documenting it. I'll be posting all on Vision Twins, so you guys will catch us there. It's gonna be on Unfiltered.
Yep.
All right,
and on you guys too, because YouTube got collab now.
Really? You can cross post on YouTube?
Just recently. So it's going to be on your channel too.
Look at that.
So there you go. All right, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Perfect.
Good shit.
That was awesome.